Good morning, students. So, today we'll start with the second unit and the chapter number 5, which is the morphology of flowering plant. So, mainly in chapter number 5, morphology of flowering plants. So, we have to study about a typical angiospermic plant. So, what is angiospermic plant? So, all the flowering plants are known as angiospermic plants. So, morphology means study of external body features. So what we can see from outside, root, stem, leaf, flowers, fruits, so we can see it from outside. So study of these things is known as morphology. So mainly morphology of flowering plants, we have to study about the root, stem, leaf, inflorescence, flower, fruit, seed, and semi-technical description of typical flowering plants and description of some important families. So about these things we have to study in this chapter. So first we will start with the root. So in majority of the dicotyledonous plants, the direct elongation of the radicle leads to the formation of primary root which grows inside the soil. So dicotyledonous plant, what is the meaning of dicotyledonous plant? So try to recall the angiospermic plants. They are of two types, monocotyledonous plant and second is dicotyledonous plant. So on the basis of cotyledon they are classified. So cotyledon means the embryonic leaf. So if any plant have two cotyledons or two embryonic leaf, then they are known as dicotyledonous plant. So in majority of dicotyledonous plant, the direct elongation of the radicle. What is the meaning of radicle? So this is a structure of embryo. So this embryo, it is made up of different parts. Here you can see root cap. This particular part is radicle, hypocotyle, cotyledon, plumule, and these two are the cotyledons. So this is a structure of a dicot embryo. So dicot embryo, in dicot embryo the radical part. So this radical part, it differentiate and it give rise to the root system. So here it is written, the radical leads to the formation of primary root which grows inside the soil, and this is a typical dicotyledonous plant which will have the flower. So if any plant will possess flower, then it is definitely dicotyledonous plant. And the dicotyledonous plants, they are divided into different parts. So they possess flowers, fruit, stem, leaf, and the part of the dicotyledonous plant which is below the soil, so that is known as root system, and the part of the plant which is above the soil, so that is known as shoot system. So shoot system, it consists of flowers, fruit, stem, leaf, and root system, it mainly consists of the primary root and secondary roots. So the pri- so the primary root, it bears lateral roots of several orders that are referred to as secondary and tertiary root. So finally in dicot plant the formation of root takes place from the radicle, and this primary root, it further differentiate and it gives rise to the secondary and tertiary root. So in this diagram it is clearly shown here. So this particular is a primary root. So this structure is the primary root which give rise to the secondary root, and from secondary root the tertiary root will arise. So here it is written, it bears lateral roots of several orders that are referred as secondary and tertiary roots. The primary roots and its branches constitute the tap root system as seen in the mustard plant. So in mustard plant we can easily observe that tap root system. So what is the meaning of tap root system? So in tap root system there is a one main root. So in this diagram you can see that this particular structure, so this is a main root of the plant, and from this main root, so secondary and tertiary roots they are arising. So this type of root system is known as tap root system. Now we will talk about the monocotyledonous plant. In monocotyledonous plant, the primary root is short-lived and is replaced by large number of roots. These roots originate from the base of the stem and constitute the fibrous root system as seen in the wheat plant. So in monocotyledonous plant, what will happen? So it will also, the root, it will arise from the radical part of the embryo. But here we have to note that the primary root, this primary root, it is short lived, means after the formation it will degenerate. So it is a short lived and it is replaced by large number of roots, and these roots originate from the base of the stem and constitute the fibrous root system. So what is difference between the dicot plant and monocot plant regarding root? So dicot plant, they have tap root system. So this is the diagram of tap root system. But in, if we'll talk about monocot plant, then they have fibrous root system. So this is the fibrous root system. If you will uproot any monocot plant and if you will observe the root, then you will observe that this type of fibrous structure will be there. So this type of root system is known as fibrous root system, and in this type of root system there will be no any primary root or there will be no any main root. So only fibers will arise from the base of the stem. So this is a fibrous root system which is seen in the monocot plant. So this is the basic difference between the tap root. So this is the diagram of tap root system and this is the diagram of fibrous root system. In some plants like grass, monstera and the banyan tree, roots arise from parts of the plant other than the radicle and are called adventitious roots. So this is very important. So generally the root, it arises from the radical part of the embryo, but if any root will arise from the other part of the plant apart from radical, then such type of roots is known as adventitious root. So it is very important. So if any root will arise other than radical of embryo, then this type of root is known as adventitious root, and it is commonly seen in monstera, grasses and banyan tree. So this is a diagram of monstera plant. So it looks like a money plant. It is of a similar family, plant of similar family. So this is a monstera plant in which we can observe the adventitious root. So this is the hanging roots of banyan tree. So these hanging roots are what? So these are adventitious root. They will not arise, they are not arising from the radical part of embryo. So they are simply just emerging out from the stem. So that's why they are adventitious root. So these hanging roots of banyan tree, they are also known as the prop root. So there is one special term is given for the hanging root of banyan tree, and what is the term? They are known as prop root. Now the main function of root system, what is the main function of this root system? So they help in absorption of water and minerals from the soil. So this is the first function. They help in absorption of water and minerals from the soil. So they provide a proper encouragement to the plant parts. So this is the second function. Storing reserve food material, this is the third function. And synthesis of plant growth regulators. So four functions are given in this slide. So what are the functions of root? First one is absorption of water and minerals from the soil. Second one is providing a proper encourage to the plant parts. Third is storing reserve food materials. And the last function is synthesis of plant growth regulators. Now we'll study about what are the reasons of the root. So if in this particular part we can observe the different reasons of the root. So the root is covered at the apex by a thimble-like structure called the root cap. So in this diagram, so in this particular diagram you can see that, so this root cap, So the tip of the root, it remains surrounded by a thimble like structure. Thimble means that a structure which remain present, it is a type of a weapon. So the front part of that is that weapon, it is known as that thimble. So you just google it, the meaning of thimble. So it is a structure of the root cap, it resemble with the thimble like thimble. So the root is covered at the apex by a thimble like structure called the root cap. What is the function of root cap? So it protects the tender apex of the root as it makes its way through the soil. Tender means very soft, very delicate. So this root cap, it provides protection to the tender apex root as it makes its way through the soil. A few millimeter above the root cap is the region of meristematic activity. The cells of this region are very small, thin-walled and with dense protoplasm, and they divide repeatedly. So a few millimeter above the root cap, and this region is known as the region of meristematic activity. So in this diagram it is given. So just few meter above the root cap. So this particular region is the region of meristematic activity. And what is the speciality of the cells and tissue which are present in region of meristematic activity? So the cells of this region are very small. So this is the first point. They are thin walled and with dense protoplasm, and they divide repeatedly. So these are the characteristic features of the cells which remain present in the region of meristematic activity. The cells proximal to this region undergo rapid elongation and enlargement and are responsible for the growth of the root in length. This region is called the region of elongation. So this particular region, so this is the region of elongation, just nearby to the region of meristematic activity. So this particular region is the region of elongation. And what is the speciality of this region? So this region undergo rapid elongation and enlargement. So the in the region of meristematic activity, the cells, they will divide by the process of mitosis and they will enlarge in number. And in region of elongation, so these newly divided form, so they will undergo rapid elongation and enlargement, and this region is known as region of elongation. The cells of the elongation zone gradually differentiate and mature. Now after the elongation and enlargement, these cells, they will differentiate into different types of tissue. So gradually differentiate and mature. Hence this zone proximal to the region of elongation is called the region of maturation. So this particular part, so this is the region of maturation. So this particular region, it is the region of maturation. From this region of maturation, some of the epidermal cells form very fine and delicate thread-like structures called root hair. So this is very important. So in from which part of the root hair will arise? So we have to keep in mind that region of maturation. So from region of maturation, root hair will arise, and these root hair absorb water and minerals from the soil. So this is the structure of root hair. You can observe that this is very thin, delicate thread-like structure. So this is actually the root hair, and they help in absorption of water and minerals from the soil. Now we'll study about modifications of root. What are the different modifications we can see in root? So the main function of root is to absorption and conduction of water minerals. So main function of root is absorption and conduction of water minerals. So if any function performed by root other than this, then it will be a modification of root. So roots are modified for support, storage of food and respiration. So these are the modification of root. Tap root of carrot, turnip and adventitious root of sweet potato, they get swollen and store food. So this is the modification of root for storage of food. So this turnip, carrot and sweet potato, so they get modified to store the food. So the hanging structure that support a banyan tree are called prop root, and they are also a type of modification of root. So these hanging roots are prop root, and they are the modification of root. Stems of maize and sugar can have supporting roots coming out of the lower nodes of the stem, and they are called stilt root. So these 2 points are important. So what is a stilt root? So stilt root is a adventitious root which will emerge out from the lower node of the stem, and it is seen in maize plant, sugarcane plant. So this is the diagram of that stilt root. So this is the lower node, and from this lower node these roots will arise, and they are known as the stilt root. So we have to keep in mind prop root, stilt root. Prop root is seen in banyan tree, that hanging roots of banyan tree is known as prop root, and stilt root is seen in that maize plant, sugarcane plant. In some plants such as rhizophora, which which grow in swampy area, many roots come out of the ground and grow vertically upward. Such roots are called nematophores. And what is the function of these nematophores? So they help in exchange of gases. So plant breathe with the help of these nematophores. So this is the in this diagram you can see these structures are what? Nematophores. So they comes out from the soil. So generally root they grow inside the soil, but nematophores they comes out of the soil and they comes in contact with the atmosphere for the exchange of gases. In NCERT book, this is the diagram of nematophore which is given. So these are the few modification of root. In next video we will discuss about the stem. So thank you, have a nice day.